Avila, the Executive Director and Provost of PNU South Luzon, Dr. Rodrigo Abenes, the Dean for Academics and PLE of the campus, other officials, faculty, and staff, to the highly esteemed resource persons, news anchors, the participants, friends, a pleasant afternoon to everyone. Magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. Let me start by saying that I hope you are all well, safe, and healthy along with your loved ones. Congratulations to the PNU South Luzon community for organizing this 3-day Saknungan sa Bagong Kadawian training workshop on flexible learning for higher education institutions in Quezon Province. A few weeks ago, you have just successfully conducted the LUCAD virtual conference on emerging literacies in the new normal education, and now this training workshop. As we start the implementation of the university's flexible learning program, dubbed generally as Kaway Aralan sa Bagong Kadawian, these initiatives that you have organized at PNU South Luzon are indeed highly commendable, given the university's core values of truth, excellence, and service. PNU South Luzon is indeed living its commitment for such values. Given the lineup of topics and engagement activities for this 3-day workshop, topics related to development of toolkits, modules, and syllabus, including assessment and monitoring tools for flexible learning, I am very confident that you all will gain some very useful insights that will contribute to your individual professional practice of teaching within the context of the new normal, in the midst of the current health emergency brought about by the COVID-19 pandemic. Few weeks ago, the ASEAN Quality Assurance Association, an international organization of quality assurance experts and practitioners, organized a series of virtual fora on topics that are all related to the implementation of flexible learning program, the same topics that you are covering in this training workshop. The certainty of facing challenges and difficulties in flexible learning is imminent and inevitable. But such challenges offer us the opportunity for new learnings, new perspectives, for new frameworks both in pedagogies and assessment. Such difficulties are providing us opportunities also to think together, plan together, and work together as we continue to traverse this new path on flexible learning. So what is the reality in education at the moment in the midst of the pandemic? I think there is a worldwide recognition that there is, even prior to the COVID-19 pandemic, the digital divide, those who have and those who have nots. From a conflict perspective, there is always the problem for the rich and the poor insofar as access to overall education is concerned. And given the pandemic, it seems like it escalated the gap of those who have and those who do not have. And that is a big reality that we have to contend with. However, as I have mentioned earlier, there are also the opportunities for us to develop new strategies in teaching. And hence, almost all countries, and particularly here in Southeast Asia and in many other parts of the world, the flexible learning program has been introduced. And there are several dimensions or modalities involved when we talk of flexible learning program. You have the full online program, which features all synchronous activities. But you also have the combination of synchronous and asynchronous modalities in an online form. But then again, the idea and the context of those who have and those who have not will emerge as a critical issue when you are just going to concentrate in developing a flexible learning program that is limited to full online, whether there is the combination of synchronous and asynchronous modalities. And so there is also the other model of providing the offline modality. And that is where the teaching modules or the learning modules would come in. And in the Department of Education, in basic education at the moment, we saw that the most schools, if not all schools across the country, especially those who may not have access to connectivity, or even if they have access to connectivity, would have difficulties in terms of the use of gadgets, laptops, desktops, and other technical needs. Then the modules come in. So there is a need in those modules to be more comprehensive, to have a particular framework in terms of the pedagogies and in terms of the assessment tools that will be used in those modules. All of these opportunities and all of these strategies are leading, of course, to one main goal, and that is the goal of still providing quality education. And we are even hearing philosophies, even from the PNU president, Dr. Bert J. Tuga, earlier on, that no student will be left behind in this new normal in education. In other words, while there are available strategies for the flexible learning, we always just have to make sure that, one, no student will be left behind. And therefore, whether we are using full online or blended combination of online, synchronous, asynchronous, and offline, the use of modules, the important thing to consider is, will the students be able to cope up with whatever learning programs we are offering them? Will the teachers be able to cope up as well? Is there a system set in place in order to facilitate the kind of flexible learning program that any institution might have designed? Critically important, therefore, in the implementation of any flexible learning program is the support system. And the support is not just coming from the higher education institutions alone, but also, of course, from the families and loved ones of our students and of our teachers as well. And we saw also in our country the participation and the extent of participation and assistance support extended by our local government units. And that is beyond the assistance provided by the national government. Very critical are the support extended by our local governments, both in the provincial, municipalities, and city government units. These, my dear friends, are some of my thoughts when we are talking of flexible learning. As I said, and let me emphasize, flexible learning should still consider the philosophy and the concept of inclusivity rather than exclusivity. We still have to address the issues and problems of the socioeconomic status gap of our students and of our families and of all our clients in higher education institution. And the support system, as I said, should also play critically as we design the overall system of the flexible learning program. As we continue to offer the best quality of education to our students, we should remain proactive and take all opportunities to further innovate and improve both our pedagogical approaches and strategies, along with the assessment tools, all of which are geared toward academic excellence, good quality education. Muli ay binabati ko ang PNU South Luzon sa matagumpay ninyong pagsasagawa ng saknungan sa bagong Kadawian. Maraming salamat po. God bless and stay safe, everyone.